Hey everybody, it's me, DeoGenZ. Welcome to Pokemon+Nobunaga's Ambition, my Let's Play. Today we're gonna take on the Fighting Nation. The nation full of muscular Pokemon! There's nothing we can do here. We have to, most likely, set the day forward. But this footage, where we take on Yoshihiro, the Fighting Nation's Bushao leader, it's not exactly epic win. But being that this is a part of my blind run, I want to feature everything and show you where I go wrong. So, do note this is not epic win style, and most of this episode will probably be comprised of training afterwards, because what we're about to go into is a brutal assassination. Keep in mind, that's right, Oichi, half our members have normal types, and fighting types are super effective against us. Half our team can be probably blown away with one punch. And he doesn't even have a Conkeldurr. It's a girder! Oh, but it's another flag run. And notice it's like a boxing ring. Pretty clever. Very cool design. I highly enjoy these custom maps, these individualized maps for each Bushao leader and their specific type. It's even better than the Pokemon gyms that we had to go through in the role-playing game, the main series. Because there are real traps, real things to be aware of, and different strategies to take victory with your Pokemon. I must say I am highly enjoying this game. I would definitely recommend it to anyone who can read Japanese. If not, you should make a petition on IGN or something and say, import and localize Nintendo of America. This would be maximum awesome. Alright, do you see what I just did there? That is my first vital mistake. See, I was thinking, presents down there. Maybe they can help us. But as I said in the last episode, you gotta make smart movements and go for the present boxes, the item boxes that are littered around the map when you can. When it's most convenient for you, not when you're about to get your ass kicked by a bunch of fighting-type Pokemon like I am right now. The way that this boxing ring works is that if you're hit at the angle that you're facing aside, so if Eevee is hit downwards or towards the side of the ring, it will go flying out, and then that Pokemon can step right in and claim the flag. So you have to take great strategy in being able to knock off multiple opponents, and when they do come back to the ring, know when to let them get the flag, so it's easy for you to take them down again. If you safeguard those flags up there first, you'll most likely get your socks knocked off by the fighting types. And while, yes, I already claim 2 out of the 4 flags right now, I have normal types. They're not really good for being walls or barriers against any Pokemon. Plus, one hit off to the side, and I fall out of the boxing ring. Really, the best Pokemon to bring up here would have been my Seawaddle, but there I wanted to just go after the presents, but it's just a stupid move. It was smart programming if you think about it. Well, let's see if Jiggly survives. Wow. That was massive damage. That was just one kick. That was just one This is Sparta move, and Jiggly is almost dead. Oh, terrifying. But my Seawaddle at least would have resisted the fighting type move somewhat. But it's smart programming on the developer's part to put presents around the Bushao's room, because that definitely allures noob players like myself. Players especially who cannot read the instructions or figure out what the heck is going on. Gotta go through trial and error. But you must see this error if you are watching my Let's Play, because you need to know for yourself how not to suck so badly. If you ever get your hands on this game, or if it ever gets localized, you too can play far better than I. That's the whole idea of watching videos. That's why I used to watch them back in the day when they were just gameplay videos, not even commentary. I was trying to see, okay, he went there, did that, I can't believe I just passed that one little spot, that one crack in the wall, and that's all I had to hit. Continue on with my game. So, watching my slip-ups are almost more important, if not as important. Jiggles is dead. As watching when I'm epically pwning this game. So, do not divide and conquer for this match. You're going to want to file your Pokemon in specifically, claim two flags, not maps. Claim 2 flags, the first ones that are the closest to you, and then have strikers go in and knock off Conkeldurr and Timburr. Is that Timburr over there? No, it's Machop protecting. Timburr is about to destroy my Eevee. That was Machop guarding that, but whoever's guarding those upper flags can be knocked off easily off to the side, which will make them have to walk further, or just off to the straight away where they can go perpendicular right back up the steps. The idea is to try and delay them as much as possible. Don't just sit around and trying to pummel these fighting types, because they will kick and punch back very hard, and they will knock you for a loop if you're not expecting them. That's why it's kind of a hindrance if you didn't know about collecting different Pokemon to go against these members. I didn't know this at this point. I didn't know how you could befriend types that were different from the ones that you owned, because here's the thing, even if you collect more than 6 warriors, or you collect a significant amount, and you want to leave your main hero and Oichi behind because they have 2 normal types, Eevee and Jigglypuff, no dice. The game doesn't let you do it. I'm not sure why, of course, because I can't read Japanese, but I would imagine it's something like, you can't plant your flag unless you, the leader, are there. So I don't know why Oichi is along, but maybe she's our co-leader. Ah, what a kawaii co-leader. Mouthful. I can't believe we lost that quickly, but now it's just a matter of waiting it out. So, you get the point. I lost. Here's something else I didn't know. I was trying to see if this did anything. It doesn't. But also, I didn't know how to submit. I didn't know how to run away from battle, which you can do. You have to press start, and then you have to press the guy who looks like he's in a quick hurry running away. That will bring you back to the start menu, and if you want to just skip turns, not necessarily lose the whole match by pressing start and running away. If you want to skip a turn because there's nothing you can do, you can hit the X button, and then it will skip ahead. So let's skip ahead, because I have lost, and now you know why this is not awesome sauce. Okay, it's training, recruitment, / befriend some Pokemon time. We're going to start out here with the Fire Nation, and see if we could get some flaming allies to shoot sparks and flames from long distances. Darumaka here has a powerful physical attack, but the problem is, it needs to go charging headfirst into danger. So I can't step, see, like Charmander does. I'll block away from my opponent and flare their asses off of the boxing ring that is Yoshihiro's stage. He had a field day with our team, had no trouble sweeping us up, because 2 out of... wow, yeah, 2 out of 3 of our members. Wow, I didn't even think how much the odds were stacked against me there, but 2 out of 3 of those members were normal types, and they are super effectively damaged by fighting types that are found in Yoshihiro's territory. So, you cannot rush into every area just willy-nilly, and just because you defeated the last region Bushao leader. That's something I could say is a big plus about this game. The difficulty level is there. That's something that can be variable with the Pokemon franchise, where Pokepark Wii is very much easy. It's not any high level of difficulty that would throw you for a loop. And most likely I would recommend, if you want to play that game, just rent it, because that's really how long it will take you to go through the whole adventure. But a game like this, something that you can plug many hours into and train up over the course of your day while you have your DS in your pocket, or your 3DS ideally, that's just awesome. And you're going to need to do that too, because your main batch of Pokemon that you start out with leaves you at a big disadvantage when you start getting to the physical fighting type nations. The first 3 nations, it's kind of just a barometer to see how your strategizing on turns can be used for greater applications with other Pokemon later down the line. It's just making sure that you get the concept of how the Wuxiao trainer battles work, why they're different, what's significant about them, and test you at cornering your opponents all the while dodging moves that would be destructive. But there's only so much dodging you can do when it comes to the fighting type area and normal types. I have not fully figured out how the item system works, so if anybody has some better insights into that, please comment below. I'm not sure if you have to, or if you have a certain limit of items you can use each match. It seems to be that you can only use one healing item and then one, I guess, power-up item, you might say, each match. That's what it appears to be, at least. But pushing buttons, tapping screens, and learning as we go, that's what this Let's Play is all about. It's why I can't fully call it a Pokemon+Nobunaga's Ambition walkthrough, because I'm not really walking you through much, just showing you how my blind run experience of a awesome Pokemon crossover game is going. And thankfully, because of the comment section, I can tell it's going pretty grand. You guys also think this game is something swell as well. And it's hard to deny. Keeps up solid mechanics, which is great because that's what Pokemon has been known for. And with spin-off games like this, there are some spin-off games in the franchise, like the stylus-based games, the Pokemon Ranger series, that I didn't care for too much. But Mystery Dungeon, Gale of Darkness, Colosseum, and now Nobunaga's Ambition, they all take the game's core mechanics in a different direction, but they do it in a good way. They keep the type advantages, disadvantages. Sometimes they keep the EV training in the case of the GameCube versions of games. But this, I'm happy to report, is a definite awesome crossover. A great way for the Pokemon franchise to branch out in its own nation kind of connoisseurship, in a way, really. It's not so much taking over in the way that we are by going into everyone's nation one by one and taking them out with your Pokemon, but it's convincing a whole new generation of fans that Pokemon is still a valid video game title. Okay. So you could actually split up your parties, I'm finding out, with that little icon there that I just clicked. The one that has the little person and the arrow pointing them to leave. You could move different segments of your team around. So you can move one guy. Once we get more allies on our side, we could have them stick in one particular nation that we've taken over. And that's a great strategy, because this way you'll be training up multiple members in the areas that are most advantageous for leveling up. So for example, the Fire Mage, I'm probably going to put him in the Grass Nation so we can get Grass allies a lot quicker. Eevee is probably just going to stick with me, because you, like I said in past episodes, need the hero to be with you in order to take over the next region or nation. I'm so accustomed to saying region, but these are all nations within the Ronsei region. And we can't quite yet go on to this stage. Just trying to see if there's a particular order that you have to go throughout these gyms, or not gyms, but nations. not, because it lets us verse Yoshihiro here. That's a pretty crazy girder, but it doesn't let you go on to that insect nation, the bug nation. Well, that's pretty cool that it gives you some bios of your enemies, so you know kind of what to expect when you go there. Okay, so after some menu stumbling around, let's head back to the Water Nation to see, okay, Magikarps and Woopars, what kind of friends we could make in this area. Go Eevee! Jigglypuff and Sewaddle. I'm unsure how to evolve my Eevee. I don't know where you get any of the stones, and I'm not sure if we've even collected any yet. If you know in the comments below, maybe if we enter the elemental regions, like water, you know, I'm not sure, because Eevee's a complicated evolver. It never evolves the same way in each game. I mean, it has the same basic premise where happiness dictates Espeon and Umbreon evolutions. And for Glaceon and Leafeon, you need to go to some specific area, oh you cheater, and raise your Pokemon in that area. So I wonder if it's something similar like that in Nobunaga's Ambition, where there's a mossy stone somewhere that we have to go check, and I'm not sure. But if you know, if you got more ideas of how to do it than I, please comment below. Yes, all your comments are pretty much read, unless they come in too quickly and then I don't have time to read them, but for most parts I see what's going on in the comment section because I get a lot of great lessons on the game I'm playing, and you often enhance my own play style so long as I see the comments quickly enough. Because what ends up happening more times than not is I'll post-record a lot of things, a lot of gameplay footage, because the fashion that I'm recording this at, you can't play at full speed. You can only record at full speed, so it would not make sense for me to do audio that way, because I would be commentating on lagged footage that you would not be seeing. So I'll backlog a good amount of videos for the week, this way I don't have to worry about it all throughout while I'm taking tests, doing reports, and writing up labs and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I don't get to see the comments all the time when I need to, but overall it helps my playstyle. How you like my style? Oh, that Magikarp. I swear, if it's the linchpin in this battle, I'm gonna flip. See, that's kind of the annoying thing, and why we need to maybe recruit this Wooper if it's possible. I think he's owned by a warrior, so it's a matter of earning the warrior's trust and proving that we're honorable enough with our battling technique. If we get ourselves a water ally, then waterfalls and ponds where Magikarp can camp out and waste our turn times won't be an issue. Either that or a grass type that has Bullet Seed or something, or Giga Drain that can use it from one block over to another block, using it kind of as a projectile weapon. Ah, freaking. And we could finally get those chests that elude us. That's another good thing about getting a water ally. And something to keep in mind, although these are the first types that people usually encounter, well, of course they're going to be definitely if you're just playing this game, but the common types that come to mind when playing Pokemon, water, fire, electric, ground, things like that. Once you get outside of those common types and you start getting into the more specialized dark and steel types, you're going to start seeing some crazy puzzles. But those puzzles will be better suited to certain allies, warriors, and befriended Pokemon that you've met along your journey. For example, Carnivine can actually float over boundaries. So he's very much like a flying Pokemon where he can jump over gaps, he can fly over lava, hover over any body of water, and that's a really great skill to include in your team, especially when attacking an opponent that is somewhat hindered by their own elemental trap. They may not have intended it to be their own elemental demise or undoing, but you could use your surroundings for your benefit too, just because you're battling a Bushao leader in which you're not sure how their field will react. Well, I suppose that's why you watch this video, so you can get a feel for that. But you can use it to your advantage. Alright, Magikarp, you are going down. Wait! No! I didn't want to just sit. Ah. Shit. I just wasted my turn completely. There's no possible way to get up there. That's such ridiculous bullshit. Don't you move, Magikarp. Fucking hey, man. Yeah, it's important to have a varied team. Our team is very much not varied. That's why I wanted to train up the rest of this episode. Kudos to those of you who hung into the rest of this somewhat laxed episode of Epic No-Win, and seemingly Magikarp fails. I can't believe this guy is going to be our undoing. Oh, finally! Alright, Seawaddle, you go over here. You don't have as nearly a strong attack as Eevee's tackle attack does. Attack. Yes, one wrong button press can be your undoing, which is unfortunate, but hey, isn't that the whole point of playing a game, so you could be accurate in your motions? It's not like this is a Twitch type of gaming scenario where you need to be very trigger happy or button pressing specific. It's just a button, even more or less touchscreen if you want. That's kind of the cool thing about this game being on DS, well, being on any dual screen, even if it's not 3DS, is that you have the touch screen to quickly tap and touch where you want your Pokemon to be led to and what moves you want them to pull off. And I can't believe we failed to finish that fight because of a Magikarp. I'll see you next time, guys.